Welcome back to Off the Bench. My name is Jack, and we're back for episode 2 of this Oakland Raiders franchise from 2012. Really excited here. We made a couple of moves in the first one, just kind of did some introductory stuff. So that we're going to be getting through our first season here, simulated, and we're going to go into the first offseason, which is very exciting. I'll keep you guys updated with the prospects we're looking at for the draft class and everything like that. But just kind of going over this roster again. It's a very solid offensive line. That'll put Carson Palmer in a pretty good spot. But at the end of the day, his ratings aren't too high. So again, like I was saying in the last episode, we'll probably look to move off him in the next couple of years or so. But he's only 31, so it's not a bad option now. It's just Madden QBs don't really develop past 30 for the most part. They can stay afloat and kind of slowly decline, but they don't really do better, even though that's kind of unrealistic. So, skill positions are good. Denarius Moore ended up at an 85 overall with all those crazy upgrade points. That's interesting, but skill positions are pretty solid. And the defense needs some work, but it'll work for now. I am interested to see. I feel like there's an outside chance we sim pretty well, but I don't know. There's not really good edge rushers, so we'll just kind of have to see. I'm not too sure, but we're gonna go to week 3 first, or I guess we'll go with week 1 because we'll pick the draft class and all that. So. It's pretty exciting, and shout out to the creators that made these draft classes and rosters and such. I'll figure this one out here. I don't know if it shows the creator or not, but these are the ones I work with. They're fantastic draft classes. It's very, very fun. So I believe what we're looking for is 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this would be 2012. So. Got to deal with this draft class because guys like Russell Wilson and Andrew Luck are not in the game yet, so now they are. And as you can see here, RG3, Andrew Luck. For the most part, the ratings reflect how they ended up in real life, but there are a couple guys like RG3 with no injury history. You get to kind of rewrite their career, which is really cool. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm interested to see where some of these guys end up. Trent Richardson, some of the biggest what-ifs in draft history, honestly, and then some serious legends here. DeCastro, Stephon Gilmore. Bruce Irvin was a very good player. Michael Brocker stuck around for a long time. Dante Hightower and Chandler Jones are part of the Patriots dynasty. Got some really, really solid players here. And then the later rounds are very strong as well. That's where guys like Russell Wilson come in. Yeah, we got Ryan Tannehill, Russell Wilson. You got Kirk Cousins down here, Nick Foles. Some guys that stuck around for a long, long time. It's a fun draft class, so definitely interested in that. So I'm going to set up the scouts. I suppose I should look at expiring contracts first and see what we may need to be replacing in the future. Because it's you can kind of just scout general positions, but it's definitely better to kind of see what you're going to need, obviously. So it looks like depth receiving, safeties, there's a couple D linemen. I think for the most part it's just going to be replacing old guys, so we'll just kind of go generally then. Doesn't really matter all that much who we assign to what position. So for a national scout, let's see, D tackle, QB, or cornerback. I think I'll go D tackle because at least with the QBs I kind of know who's good just based off of history. Yeah, we'll go with D tackle. We'll stick there. And then here we got left tackle and right guard. I think we'll switch West to guard. We're going to fire our scout, and we'll switch over to one that scouts interior offensive line. Put him for the West Coast, and he will scout that area. Just because guard, we can convert some of our tackles to guard, but I'd rather get a straight-up guard for the interior. And center might be replaced too. I know, what's his name, Satele, is 28, so he might not, progress very much, so we may look to replace him too and trade him potentially. QB, receiver, cornerback, I'll probably go corner for central. I do definitely want to get some of those guys in. Our cornerback group's not great, so is that central? I keep blanking out. There we go. It is cornerback for central. Fire the scout. Get someone to scout corners. But I do think all in all, it's a pretty decent draft class. The one after this, 2013, is one of the worst of all time. So I'm kind of hoping to get some of our needs out of the way now, so that way in the future we're not getting screwed over by such a crap draft class. There was one with Eric Fisher went number 1 overall. It was a really crappy draft, and it had Luke Jokel, who's one of the biggest draft busts of all time. Wasn't good. The best pick was probably Travis Kelce in I think it was the 5th round. but the first round picks were mostly failures. One of the worst classes I've ever seen. And people are trying to compare the 2025 class that's about to happen this year to that one, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous because I wasn't scouting college at that time. I'll be honest, I was 9 years old when when the 2013 draft happened. But just looking back at the college performances, it was not like a lot of the guys didn't really stick out. And I'm a big defender of the 2025 class. Something I'd like to get into on the channel or in a podcast in the future is how I feel about this draft class. In the next couple of weeks before the draft, of course. But I think it's a good class. I don't think it even is anywhere close to as bad as 2013. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I could be totally wrong and it's just as bad, but we'll have to see about that. I think for Northeast, we'll do D-end. We need some edge rushers badly. I wish it was a little stronger in this class. We would have done our national scout for there, but D-line is D-line, I suppose. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. Because there is also free agency. I have no idea who's going to be hitting the market here. I don't know how the contracts are set up, so we will see. And I'll do D-end for Southeast as well. Just get some extra ones in there. But, yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty good so far. I mean, a 2-star D-end scout. There we go. So now our scouts are set up. And I'll be simming to week 3, and we will pick our... Is it our focus player? No, it's our region. So I guess what we'll do here, I'll skip to midseason, and I can show you guys where we're at record-wise. So I'll see you then. All right, so here we are at midseason. We're 2-5, so it could be going a lot better. But it does look like we got a weekly challenge, or a weekly award. I mean, Aaron Curry had 3 sacks. Not a pass rusher, so that's cool, I guess. So that's pretty neat. We got a linebacker breakout as well that I wanted to check out. So we'll see how we're doing here. Let's see who it is. Probably Aaron Curry, I imagine. I'd be willing to bet. It was fun watching you play in that last game. Keep it up. Feels like you're right on the verge of taking a big step. Go take it. And it is Aaron Curry. So that's perfect. Let's see what his challenge is. 5 tackles and 1+ tackler for loss to upgrade his dev trait. We're just going to simulate and see if it happens. That's what we're going to do. I do want to check stats real quick. Just kind of see where the team's at. Carson Palmer's not playing that bad. Only 2 picks through 8 games, it looks like, or 7 games. Only about a touchdown per game, so the efficiency could be up, but he's not turning it over much, so that's nice. McFadden's not good this year. Michael Bush is better, but not great. Shockey's our leading receiver, interestingly enough. But, yeah, it looks like, oh, okay, this offensive line is the problem. So remember what I said last episode about Jared Veld here probably simming well? Well, I was wrong. Hopefully that changes, but he's allowing a sack a game so far, so hopefully that gets better. And then on defense, got Richard Seymour playing the run pretty well. And Kamarion Wimbley with 7.5 sacks. What in the hell is going on here? Aaron Curry with 5, Lamar Houston with 5, 3.5 for Richard Seymour. And 2 picks each for Stanford Rout and Rolando McClain. Interesting. So, seems like some positions are playing well, others are not. So we'll just have to see if the sim likes us moving forward. We're just going to sim 1 week for now and check the results of that breakout for Aaron Curry. And then otherwise we'll go to week 13 so we can do our spotlight players, our extra scouting. Let's see here. Defense had some success in areas today. Does his job and plays his part, which is crucial to having success. Got some XP, no dev trade upgrade, but I'll take it. I think Aaron Curry's only like 28 or something like that, so it's not bad. So yeah, we're going to sim to week 13 and see what's going on. So I'll see you in just a moment here. All right, so the state of things is still not very good. We are 3-8 now. Better by 1 game than our division rival Chiefs, which is funny in hindsight, but that's how things were back then. Both were bad, but it seemed like the Raiders were a little better. We have another linebacker breakout, which I imagine is probably for Aaron Curry again, but we'll have to see. Let's see here. Kind of skip ahead. Aaron Curry, there we go. We're going to go with taking it easy. I want him to get some upgrades, but I don't want it to be too hard. Yeah, see, he'll still get a dev trade upgrade for that, so that's worth it. And then Branch here got a player of the week as well, 10 tackles and a pick. It's a nice game there. So we're going to do our focus players real quick and kind of see. And again, we're going to try and be a little outside the box with this one and look at some players that maybe didn't quite work out in real life, but we want to give like another chance to have a better career. As far as DNs here, there's only a couple that are kind of worth noting. You got Vinny Curry, ended up playing for a while. Olivier Vernon was a really solid player for Miami. Unfortunately, had one of the worst free agent contracts I've ever seen with Cleveland. You got Malik Jackson, who's more of a D tackle. Is there any edge rushers here worth noting? Not really. We'll check right ends now. Bruce Irvin was a Raider at one point. It'd be cool to draft him here. Chandler Jones, fantastic player. Whitney Merciless was a solid guy for a while. Other than that, there's not a lot. Shout out Jack Crawford. Liked one of my posts one time on Instagram when I posted the news of his retirement. So shout out. Very random, but there you go. D tackles. Nothing much here. We do have the extra scouting power there, so I probably won't spotlight any of those guys. So we'll look at outside linebackers that are edges. Melvin Ingram, division rival in real life for the Raiders. Solid player, and another guy that was a Steeler for half a second before we traded him. Got Courtney Upshaw. I remember watching his college tape a couple of years ago, just being interested. One of those guys that didn't do much in the NFL despite being drafted in the first round. And he's kind of a dog in college. Kind of unfortunate he didn't work out, but his frame kind of translates more to today's NFL. I feel like the hybrid kind of inside-outside guy didn't really have a place yet. I guess J.J. Watt was probably one of the few really successful ones at the time, but he would fit more into like today's NFL for sure. You got Levante David, not an edge rusher, but an incredible player, and same with Demario Davis, both incredible players, two of my favorites that still play today. Yeah, there's nothing really crazy here. Danny Trevathan's is projected undrafted, which is interesting. So we'll take a look at right outside linebacker, but Michael Kendricks, Corey Toomer. This is a really weak class for the positions that we need, which is, I don't know, kind of unsurprising, but we'll see here. I think we're gonna scout Bobby Wagner, see if we can get him. And then we're going to look at some corners here. We got Drake Kirkpatrick, very good player at Alabama and very solid in the NFL for a bit. Stephon Gilmore, obviously Defensive Player of the Year. He's bounced around a lot, but he's been solid pretty much everywhere. Casey Hayward was a very solid guy for a long time. I think we'll scout him. He was a Raider at one point. I don't know if any of these other guys are worth it. Josh Norman. I'll scout Josh Norman. That's worth it. So we'll lock these in. Casey Hayward, Josh Norman, and Bobby Wagner. Keep those going, and we'll see if we can get them. So now we're going to simulate to the end of the season and just kind of cross our fingers and see where we're at. And a bad season isn't so bad because we will end up picking high, and then maybe we can get a pretty good, game-changing player. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right, so we did finish kind of strong. We finished 7-10. It puts us back in the draft, unfortunately, quite a bit, but we should still hopefully be top 15 or so. So a move up in the draft is not out of the question, but we're going to go ahead and look at these year-end stats here and then upgrade our players. Carson Palmer, it's just not very eye-popping at all. 3,100 yards and 21 touchdowns in a full 17 games. At least it looks like a full 17 games because, Campbell only played one snap, or threw one pass, completed one pass. Just not great. I would expect him to regress a little bit. We may need to move on now. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if his contract's tradable, but we may be stuck with him for a little bit. Rushing attack, McFadden was bad. Bush was bad. Running back might be on the target sheet as well. Receiving, Denarius Moore, Jeremy Shockey, both over 700. Hayward Bay with 660. Amendola with 622. Not a very impressive year for any of these guys. Denarius Moore did have 8 touchdowns, though. That's a good rookie season. I feel like this is before rookie receivers were kind of force-fed the ball, so we're going to upgrade him a little bit here. And now I kind of want to upgrade. I'll upgrade his physicality just a little bit, make him a little more dynamic. So he has an 87 now. But, he's got superstar dev at this point. This is going to be a great player for us for sure. Only 22. The sky's the limit for Denarius Moore, which is awesome. I'm glad we have someone to build around like that. The offensive line, looks like Jared Veiled here did get a little better. He was allowing a sack a game through the first 7, but only 4 through the last 10. So that's not bad. Hurd had 8. Rest of the line played pretty well, honestly. especially Wisniewski. Give him a lot of credit there. Only 3 sacks for the whole season. And let's see here on defense. Rolando McClain had 100 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 3 picks, 9 pass deflections. Check out our tackles for loss. Richard Seymour was fantastic, 13 TFLs and 7 sacks. And Kamarion Wimbley, I don't know who this is. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like the fact he doesn't have a roster photo kind of reinforces the fact that I don't need to know who he is. But he had 12.5 sacks for us and 7 TFLs, so that's fantastic. Maybe he's our guy moving forward. He seemed to have done really well. He's an 8. Wait a minute. Where did that come from? I don't remember him being on the team. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna take a break here, and I need to see who the hell this guy is. So I stand a little corrected. Kamarion Wimbley, he did have over 50 sacks across 9 NFL seasons. He had a double-digit sack season as a rookie. So just a guy I wasn't familiar with, but I mean, he seemed pretty solid. But for us, he's the 11th ranked right outside linebacker. So good player. He's probably going to have his best years ahead of him. So this will be a cool resim of his career. Apologies for not recognizing your game, my friend. Rolando McClain, Stanford Route, each with 3 picks. So they each only got 1 more since the midseason mark. Pass deflections, Route and Rolando McClain are both at 9. And then Matt Giordano with a forced fumble, and that's it. So I wish there were more fumbles in Madden Sim. I may turn up the sliders for that just because it's more realistic. But that's where we're at for now. We're going to look at these upgrade points. It shouldn't be anything too interesting. Zach Hurd with 3, though. That's pretty good. Do like to see that as a rookie, definitely. Good spot to be in. So we'll just kind of see here. We'll just upgrade all these guys. We're going to go to the Pro Bowl. We'll see if any of our guys made it, and then we'll kind of see from there what we're going to do heading into the offseason. All right, so unfortunately, no Pro Bowls made, no awards won, but we did get some dev trait upgrades. This offense is looking good. We have the 2 superstar rookies, which is nice. But over here, Stanford Route and Matt Giordano both got star development, so that's nice. We'll keep them around and kind of build around them. There's definitely still a lot of holes in this defense, though, we got to figure out. So that is something that remains to be seen. So we're going to take a look here and see if there's any contracts that we want to keep. Tyvon Branch, 24 years old. He's asking about $7 million a year. I would give him a 3-year deal at that. We'll see if he likes that or not. He wants longer. I'm willing to let him hit the market and negotiate there. Amendola's solid. I'm not paying him 10 a year. That's not happening. We'll get someone better than him. Giordano is a free agent. I'm going to give him a 2-year deal, bump the money up a little bit to 13.6. And he's back, so that's nice. Matt Giordano with a breakout season. It's always good. Chaz Schillens, it looks like he wants about $6 million a year. I'm not going to give that to him. Jeremy Zutta, I don't know if that's how you say that or not, but $3 million for backup guard, I'll take it. We're going to sign him to that. Still have about $80 million left in cap space. Trevor Scott, $5 million is kind of steep. I'll take Quentin Bell. Same position, slightly less. I'll take it, 4.5. He's back. Is there anyone else that we need to keep here? Shockey's probably going to regress next week. A lot of these guys. Yeah, Janikowski's the only one I want to keep. So we'll sign him. Sign him to a 2-year, $11 million deal. Probably be till the end of his career. He might stay longer. Kickers don't always retire early, so see how that goes. And then we're just gonna wait and see if Shockey's inexpensive at his regressed age and overall. Then we'll see. But otherwise, I'm kind of okay with letting these guys walk. We'll keep tabs on that safety though, and just kind of see what happens there. So let's see here. Interested to see. My heart's not set on Jeremy Shockey. You know, I can let him go for sure. Great player in real life, but yeah, he's kind of not the best right now for us. So we'll see here. He regressed down to a 70, and he's still asking for $6.5 million. I'm gonna let him walk. Yeah, there's just no reason for me to do that, to pay that much for any of those guys. 3.5 here, Quentin Groves. He's a solid depth option. I think I'll try and do one for like 4.2. There we go. He's back there. I'll take that. Depth edge, you know, don't exactly grow on trees. It's a little steep, you could argue, but I don't really mind, honestly. So here we are. We're gonna upgrade the practice squad guys that got signed to our roster. See if there's any good ones here. Nah, they're all pretty bad. Rashawn Jackson maybe will make the team. I don't know. There's some bunch of fullbacks on here, interestingly enough. But yeah, these are worse than usual practice squad players, so we'll see. Doubt any of them make the roster, though. So we're going to keep going. And then retirements. This is kind of big. I don't suspect we'll have too many, but there is some big names that'll probably retire. Like these two, London Fletcher and Ray Lewis, both gone. Matt Burke as well. Okay, so we got Patrick Surtain, Cooper Carlisle, and Melvin Fowler all retiring. I'm kind of okay with those. Surtain was just kind of a stopgap anyways. And so there's some interesting ones all over the place. Matt Light, Sean Ellis, Charles Woodson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Kurt Warner. So there's some leftover guys from the previous era that are going to be gone, and so teams will need some replacements. So we'll see. Might make free agency and the draft a little more complicated for us, but I'm not too worried about it. So we're just going to kind of keep simming through here. I'm gonna get to free agency 1. I'm excited for this. Just kind of see who's out there. So we're going to go to team salaries first and try and free up any potential money, restructure some contracts if need be. Veld here is playing on nothing, which is fun. It's fun for us. Seymour, we're obviously going to keep. He's still an 85. Palmer is tradable, interestingly enough. I don't think I will unless there's a great option in free agency, but that is an option. Michael Bush. I may trade Darren McFadden as well. There's no reason to be paying him $10 million to rush for under 3.5 yards a carry. That is not up to our standards at all. So I think we'll probably just leave those contracts there. But what I will do is I'll throw McFadden and Bush on the trade block and just keep whoever has the worst offers. Just kind of see where we're at there. So I definitely don't mind. As much as I would like to build around McFadden, he doesn't sim well. Power backs rarely do in Madden. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that he wasn't good in real life. So we'll see how that goes. But definitely want to try and upgrade running back if we can. But there's a lot of needs, so that may not happen. So we'll sort by quarterback, see if there's anyone worth it. Chad Henne, Alex Smith, Derek Anderson, Jamarcus Russell. Let's not bring him back. No one here game-changing. I'll probably just kind of leave it there. Because who are our depth QBs? We got Jason Campbell and Terrell Pryor. I'll probably draft a QB at some point, whether it's to be a starter or a backup. So we'll see how that goes. But running backs, I'm definitely interested in bringing someone in. I wish D'Angelo Williams had a little bit more interest in us, because that would be a solid option. But Felix Jones isn't too bad. Danny Woodhead. I'm not thrilled about any of these options, so we may just pass. I think we'll pass for now. And then we got receivers. Is there anyone we really need? We're looking to replace Danny Amendola, so a slot guy would be nice. Pierre Garçon, still pretty young. Harry Douglas, Eddie Royal. Shout out Eddie Royal, man, underrated player. Lavelle Hawkins. See, this is another one. There's a receiver named Mike Williams. There's been several Mike Williams in the NFL, as you can imagine, but that is the Chargers, Jets, and Steelers. Mike Williams, the receiver that plays these days. So that's not the right face photo, but does it really matter? No, it doesn't. He's like a 70-something overall. I don't care. Just something to point out. It does happen from time to time. Jerome Simpson is very intriguing. Well known for his front flip into the end zone celebration that he had with Cincinnati. I'm willing. It's kind of a steep price tag. I think I'm gonna check his player card and see what his slot rating is. He's a 73 slot, so I think I'll probably skip on him. He was his frame and his overall and his age were interesting to me, but I'm kind of not into it if he's not a good slot, because that's all we're looking for. Harry Douglas is also a 73 slot. So slot receiver may be something we just look to the draft for. I don't really mind. We'll look to tight end. Nobody great. I'll sign Shockey. I'll just lower his money a lot. I'll sign him for like 5.5. We'll see if he takes that or not. It's a red interest. I don't think he's gonna have very many offers. He's 32, so we'll see if he takes that or not. I think our guard situation's fine for the most part, so we'll chill there. But DNs we definitely can upgrade. Jamal Anderson is an option. Let's see here. Luis Castillo, pitcher for the Mariners. No way. Will Smith. We got Osi Umenyoria. Not a bad option, honestly. Not the worst. We'll see. We'll circle back there. Because we are down at D tackle now, but I think Lamar Houston will probably play better there, so we may just skip D tackle and look just for edge. Wesley Woodyard, very solid player. Philip Wheeler. There's no real game changers here, unfortunately. Sean Merriman, lights out. Be interesting to see him on the Raiders. Let's see, he's asking 6.5 per year, and Umenyoria is asking 7.21 for a difference of couple overall. I think I'm going to go for Umenyoria because I think Merriman may go down in overall for switching him to end. So I'm going to lower this deal down to like 6.7. See if Umenyoria wants it. Pretty high interest. He'll probably take that. Doesn't have any other offers. That's in green interest, so I'll take it. We'll look here through middle linebacker, see if there's anyone I want to keep. Shout out Lofa Tatupu. Underrated as hell. I really dig the 2000 Seahawks teams. They're very underrated. James Ferrier, one of my favorite players of all time. One of the best Steelers during that 2000s era. I think Jameel McClain might be worth it. It'd be funny having two McClains in the linebacker room, but Kevin Burnett has no interest. I'm tempted, but we do have Aaron Curry. Like, we don't need any of these guys per se. We'll sign Rennie Curran. He's kind of cheap. And he's not terribly cheap. We'll see if he'll take 5 a year. He's young and a decent overall is basically the interest there for me. We'll look at corners here. Leotis McKelvin. That is a name I have not heard in a long time. Same with Brandon Flowers. So we'll see here. Our room is kind of ravaged by overall decreases and stuff like that, and guys just hitting the market. I think I'm going to go for a 2-year deal for Brandon Flowers, see if he's interested in that. That's not a bad option there, and it'll be tradable eventually if we need it to be. And safeties were kind of fine. Janikowski stuck around. Looks like Shane Leckler did as well. Shane Leckler's actually 2 years older. Didn't know that. So we'll kind of stick there, and I think the last thing I'll do is I will offer for a backup QB. We'll try and bring in Adam Weber, star dev. I'll take the star dev, about $4 million a year. I mean, I don't see why not. That's a very cheap backup contract at this point. So these are the guys we're offering on. It's not an impressive free agent class, especially if you're looking for guys under the age of 30. So we're just going to kind of just be happy with what we were able to get, and it's not wanting to show me. There we go. I'm content with these, Looks like, Brandon Flowers has a lot of interest. Maybe I'll check out the other guy that was available. Let's see. The other one I was looking at, McKelvin. He's basically the same price, and I believe he's younger. McKelvin's got a maxed out offer from the Chiefs, though. That's kind of a tough situation. Kyle Arrington. Yeah, see, the ratings aren't great. There's DJ Moore, the receiver, not the right guy. Okay, I'll probably miss out on both, but I'll keep my offers there just because we'll see how many guys we're able to bring in. Got Osi Umenyoria and Adam Weber, whatever. I know like the university is Weber State, but I've also heard Weber for spelling like that. So we'll just kind of see here. I'm not confident that we're going to get Brandon Flowers, but we're going to try again. We're going to just sim it forward. And we did not. So we missed out on the 2 corners we wanted, unfortunately. I'll settle for William Gay. Madden doesn't like him too much, but he was a pick 6 artist in his day for the Steelers. So 5.5 mil, I'll take it. He's good depth for now. I don't need him longer than this year. And at the end of the day, if I get to a point where he's not going to play much, I can always cut or trade him. So we'll stick there. And he joins the team. So there we go. I think the move might be to add a random running back here. I'll offer for Jason Snelling. We'll get him on like a $4 million deal, not a 4-year deal, definitely not. So we'll stick there. And I'll catch up with you guys right before the draft, and we'll see what we're looking like. All right, so we are right before the draft here, and there are some trade offers for Darren McFadden. 22-year-old John Gomes at an 82 with superstar dev is absolutely worth it to me. McFadden has good ratings and age, but he played horribly. So we're going to take this, upgrade our safety room just a little bit. So we'll rock with Bush, and then I'll try and draft a running back here. Really wasn't much I could do with that free agent class, so we're going to stick with that. And so it's good timing because we have private workouts, so we can get a little more data on some of these guys. I'm going to probably do all running backs. Got Doug Martin, great player in his day. Lamar Miller was also very solid. See if there's any guys down the board. Alfred Morris was very solid. We'll go with those, and then I don't know. Worst case scenario, I can try and trade up for Trent Richardson. So we'll do those 3 guys. I think running back's important for us to upgrade if we can't get Carson Palmer. If we can't upgrade over Carson Palmer, we got to give him a good run game. So we're gonna check this out here. We're gonna check out the mock draft. We are picking 13th in the draft, which is a good spot. And it looks like Trent Richardson goes 8. We're picking 13. It's tempting to move up for. He has a 3rd round talent, which is unfortunate. Dang. Maybe we'll stay put or something. I don't know. We got stuff to figure out here. Because, like, I don't really want to trade up for any of these guys except for maybe Bruce Irvin. I don't know. Chandler Jones would be worth it. Melvin Ingram. I don't know. We'll see here. We'll see. We're gonna get started and just kind of see how the board goes. Because the 5th mock draft, I think last year was the first time they had the mock drafts, and those ones were really accurate. It was pretty much told you what was going to happen. But this year, not so much. So we're just going to kind of wait and see here. We're going to skip this video, obviously. And yeah, we're gonna sim to user pick. I'm just gonna not worry about trading up. Looks like it did go. Oh, Russell Wilson went top 12. Oh, goodness. That did mess everything up. So, yeah, things are a little different. Gilmore got taken. He was supposed to go after us. Let's see what the board's looking like. Luke Kuechly, one of my favorite players of all time. You got Dontari Poe. There's David DeCastro. There's Fletcher Cox. There's a few directions we can go, and I don't think any of them are very bad. So, I don't know. This is kind of a tough spot to be in. I think... Like, we're kind of set at D-tackle because we have Seymour and Lamar Houston, not Lamar Miller. That's the running back. So I don't think we need Cox or Poe. I'm interested. I would trade a linebacker if we draft Kuechly because there's just no reason. There's no reason to keep everyone. So I think I'm going to take Luke Kuechly. He's a Hall of Fame player. Like I was saying, one of my favorite players of all time. I want him on the team. Number 2 in true value. Y'all can't see, but it looks like he is face scanned, which is very cool. I love face scans for older players as well. So yeah, 21-year-old out of Boston College. He was a stud in college. Absolute do-it-all linebacker. I'm very excited to have him on this team. His ratings are amazing. I would imagine, yeah, look at those. A, block shed, man, play rec, power moves, everything. Everything's really good. So we're going to keep him there. All we can hope for is that his injury history in real life, he's got B to D, so we're going to kind of just wait and see. We're going to hope that he doesn't have the injuries that he had in real life. But Luke Kuechly, welcome to the Oakland Raiders. That is a hell of a pick. We're just going to keep going here and sim to our 2nd round pick. I'm going to try and make this draft kind of quick. I know the episode runtime is kind of going here, but I wanted to fit the whole offseason into this episode, so definitely wanted to show you guys this stuff here. I forgot to set up my favorites, but I'll just kind of keep an eye out here. Lamar Miller is a very tempting option. He's got elite speed, acceleration, change of direction. His core attributes don't look good at all, though. That's my concern. His athleticism apparently is good, though. I don't know. Michael James, also kind of the same. Looks like he's a decent route runner. Could be a good receiving back. I don't know. None of these guys really seem that good, unfortunately. Check out tight end, I guess. Dwayne Allen. Ladarius Green was solid. Another unfortunate failure of a Steelers signing. I don't know. I really don't know what to do here. Andre Branch is available. He is an edge rusher. Not a bad choice. Yeah, the D tackles are really good, which is unfortunate because we don't need them anymore. We'll see here. Corner, maybe. Casey Hayward's a round 1. That is tempting. So I would say it's between Casey Hayward and Andre Branch. And I'm going to go with Andre Branch because we can get Josh Norman in the next round if we need to and still get a first-round level corner. So I think that's what we're going to do. Andre Branch, D-end. 29 in true value, and we got him at 45. That's good, and he's got hidden dev. I mean, this is a good developmental guy. He might not start at end just yet over O'Shaughnessy and Umenyoria, but good player for the future at the very least. I don't really know what the overalls are like coming out of this draft class, so we'll have to see how that goes. So similar to the next round, I'm just going to kind of cross my fingers and hope that Josh Norman's still there. And he is. He is ranked day 3. I need to see, what's our next pick? It's round 4. We don't have any extra picks. So that's kind of not my favorite spot to be in because we do also need a running back really badly. Robert Turbin, is he any good? He could be. We're going to take a shot here. We're going to take Robert Turbin. He's kind of one of the last decent running backs available and see where he's at. And it was a bad pick. Number 172 in true talent. No hidden dev either. That sucks. That sucks. Like, I know he wasn't good in real life. I know that for a fact. But not all of the players translate exactly to how they were in real life. So, looking ahead here, and it doesn't look like Josh Norman got taken. So, we might be good. And he did at the end of the last round. All right. Well, that really sucks. I should not have taken that running back. All right. Well, that puts us in a really crappy spot. Just try and get some depth guys here, I suppose. Yeah, there's kind of no one here for us to take. Ooh. I stand corrected. There's a couple here. Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu, even Travis Benjamin. But Marvin Jones is a slot receiver. We need a slot receiver. His rankings aren't great, but I'm willing to bet he's going to be okay to develop. So we're going to take Marvin Jones here and see what we can get. And he's ranked 120. That's okay. He does have hidden dev, though. That does kind of make up for that. I'll take that with Marvin Jones. And he's face scanned, which always bonus points there. Adds to the immersion. So Marvin Jones, I mean, could have been a lot better, but not terrible. And we have another pick at 19. Let's see what we can do here. Let's just see. What about QBs? Who's available? Case Keenum's there. Kind of don't hate that. I'll probably take him in a couple rounds, though. I can't believe Alfred Morris isn't better than that. That's very interesting to me. Let's see here. Is there any... Probably be good off receivers then. Tom Compton was a good journeyman lineman. I don't know if there's any like great value here. Troutman. I think we're gonna take Greg Van Roten here. He was a solid depth guard for a while. He may still be in the NFL actually. 203. All right, not a great pick. what can you do? It's hard to read these draft classes, so it's really hard to read. Hopefully we can do better in the future, though. Just going to keep picking here. 5th round. Is there any D lineman I could potentially take? I'll take depth D tackle now. Damon Harrison. Snacks Harrison. Pretty good player in his day. We're going to take him. Skip ahead. 95 at 141 with hidden dev. I'll take that. He'll probably take John Henderson's spot. I don't expect Henderson to make the roster, so it's a good enough pick there. It makes up for a couple of our last picks. And I think now is where I take Case Keenum. Yeah, I think that's the move here. Just because I know he'll probably be solid, and at the very least we have a backup. 336 at 173, but hidden dev. So I guess that is just a backup. Like, they wanted him to be developmental, but I don't know. That's a weird rating. So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll finish up this draft here and see what we're looking like afterwards. Is there any of these like undrafted ranked guys that would be solid? If Josh Gordon is Josh Gordon, then this would be the steal of the whole draft. I'm going to take him and just see what happens. 276. He's got hidden dev. Like, our roster might be really bad, but at least they have star better development, and dev trait regression's off. So we'll see how that goes, I suppose. And our last pick in the draft. Let's check like safeties. Is there any safeties to take? Not really. Maybe a corner. Anyone at all that I've ever heard of? Not really. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything here. Manuel Acho. D'Angelo Tyson's at day 3. We know he's better than undrafted, so we'll just take him, I suppose. What's the harm? So that is our draft class. We're going to sim to the end here, and we're going to just kind of see what the overalls are. But, I mean, that's pretty much all we got. Seems like an okay draft, but nothing sensational. So we'll just have to see here. Luke Kuechly is an 82 overall out of the draft. 71 for Andre Branch. 63, 65. The next highest is 66 for Damon Harrison. I do think Marvin Jones is developmental, though, at this point. So I'm interested to see this class in action for the next year. You guys will be seeing that in the next episode. I don't have any promises for when that'll be up, but it will be sometime in the next week. Really looking forward to getting some more of these episodes, and we'll finally get into some games here. This has just been kind of team management for now. But, yeah, I hope you guys are as excited as I am, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you later.